Over the years, Oprah Winfrey has stolen the hearts of many people with her television appearances and has made a hallmark in the entertainment industry in general. Due to her popularity, she has been able to make a reasonable net worth, which she has used in championing many courses that have added to the positive way people view her personality. But beyond this popular take about Oprah, there have been instances where she has been involved in some heated issues among her co-stars, resulting in some kind of bad blood between these other stars and Oprah. Fans have been dying to know the real reasons behind some of these feuds, and we are here to shed some light on these. So sit tight and let's embark on this eye-opening journey. Oprah Winfrey, born on January 29, 1954, in Kosciuszko, Mississippi, is a globally renowned media mogul, talk show host, actress, producer, and philanthropist. Her background wasn't promising as she faced numerous hardships during her childhood, including abuse and instability. Winfrey's big breakthrough came in 1986 with the debut of The Oprah Winfrey Show, which became the highest-rated talk show in history, running for 25 years until 2011. Her empathetic interviewing style and openness about her personal struggles resonated deeply with audiences, transforming her into a cultural icon and a powerful influencer. Beyond her talk show, Winfrey has made significant impacts through her production company, Harpo Productions, and her cable channel, Oprah Winfrey Network. She has also received critical acclaim for her acting roles, notably in The Color Purple, released in 1985, and Selma, which was released in 2014. As a committed philanthropist, Winfrey has donated millions to educational causes and established the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. Her contributions to media and society have earned her numerous accolades, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2013. Winfrey's journey from poverty to becoming one of the most influential women in the world exemplifies resilience, determination, and the power of media. Outside the amazing achievements that she has made over the years, she has also managed to step on some toes, and some celebrities have pointed out some things that might be hidden from the public about her. Most of these center on Oprah not living up to what she says and the personality she projects to the public. Some of these accusations have also pointed at some of the damages that she might be causing behind the scenes. One good example of celebrities that have these reservations about Winfrey is 50 Cent. His argument is centered on the notion that Oprah's views push a certain type of narrative about the population of black men. 50 Cent, born Curtis Jackson, has been vocal about his reservations towards Oprah Winfrey, particularly concerning her portrayal of black American men. He believes that Winfrey often highlights and exaggerates negative aspects of their lives, contributing to harmful stereotypes. One of 50 Cent's primary grievances is that Winfrey's platform has frequently featured critical discussions about hip-hop culture and its impact on society. He argues that Winfrey tends to focus on the misogyny, violence, and materialism within the genre, often without adequately acknowledging its cultural significance and the socioeconomic contexts that shape its narratives. This, according to 50 Cent, paints an unfairly negative image of black men who are prominent figures in hip-hop, portraying them predominantly as negative influences rather than multifaceted individuals. A notable instance of this criticism emerged when Winfrey interviewed rap artist Ludacris in 2006. During the interview, Ludacris felt that he was unfairly singled out for the explicit content in his music, despite the fact that similar themes are prevalent across the entertainment industry. This incident underscored the perception that Winfrey targets black male rappers disproportionately, without giving equal scrutiny to similar behaviors in other demographics. She also failed to laud some of the positive achievements that 50 Cent has made over the years, which kinda supports his claim that she was so much focused on the negatives about black men, rather than highlighting some of the good things they have done. Additionally, 50 Cent has expressed disappointment that Winfrey tends to align herself with more conservative black figures, such as Bill Cosby, who have publicly criticized the behavior and values of younger generations of black men. This, in 50 Cent's view, reinforces a narrative that undermines the diversity and complexity of Black male experiences. Overall, 50 Cent's critique revolves around the belief that Winfrey's influential platform could do more to uplift and present a balanced view of Black men, rather than predominantly highlighting their flaws. He advocates for a more nuanced representation that acknowledges both the challenges and the achievements of Black men in America. And about that little rift she had with Ludacris, this was sort of the bone of contention between the two. The heated exchange between Oprah Winfrey and Ludacris occurred during a 2006 episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show, where the cast of the film Crash was invited to discuss the movie. Ludacris, who played a significant role in the film, felt particularly singled out during the conversation. During the show, Winfrey confronted Ludacris about the content of his music, specifically addressing the misogynistic and violent language in his lyrics. She criticized the negative portrayal of women and the glorification of a criminal lifestyle, arguing that such messages contribute to harmful stereotypes and societal issues. Ludacris defended his work by pointing out that he was an artist who expressed his reality and the realities of many people through his music. He felt that his music was being unfairly targeted, while similar themes in other genres and forms of entertainment were not given the same scrutiny. Ludacris later revealed in interviews that he felt ambushed and disrespected by Winfrey's line of questioning. He noted that the segment edited out much of his defense and explanation, giving a one-sided view of the conversation. He expressed disappointment that Winfrey, a powerful figure in the media, seemed to focus disproportionately on the negative aspects of hip-hop, failing to acknowledge its cultural and social significance. This interaction fueled a rift between the two, with Ludacris feeling that Winfrey's approach lacked balance and understanding. He believed that her influential platform could have been used to engage in a more constructive and comprehensive dialogue about the complexities of hip-hop culture and the broader issues it addresses. The tension between Winfrey and Ludacris highlighted broader debates about representation and responsibility in media. It underscored the challenges of addressing controversial topics within influential platforms, where the power dynamics between interviewer and interviewee can significantly shape public perception. This encounter highlighted 50 Cent's point about Winfrey and her approach. If you think these two accusations are crazy, just wait till you hear what Seal had to say about Winfrey and Course, especially as it concerns her activism for the protection and rights of women. Seal was basically calling her a hypocrite, highlighting her relationship with Harvey Weinstein. In early 2018, the British singer Seal made pointed accusations against Oprah Winfrey, specifically targeting her relationship with disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein. Seal's criticism came in the wake of Winfrey's powerful speech at the Golden Globe Awards, where she spoke out against systemic sexual harassment and abuse in Hollywood, inspiring many with her call for change. Seal took to social media to accuse Winfrey of hypocrisy, sharing a post that featured two images, one of Winfrey kissing Weinstein on the cheek and another showing the two in a friendly embrace. The caption read, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution." Seal added his own commentary stating, "Oh, I forgot, that's right. You'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially assaulting young starry-eyed actresses who in turn had no idea what they were getting into. My bad." Seal's accusations centered on the notion that Winfrey, despite her public stance against sexual misconduct, had maintained a close relationship with Weinstein, a man whose predatory behavior was allegedly an open secret in Hollywood for years. He suggested that her association with Weinstein was contradictory to the values she preached, implying that she had willfully ignored or overlooked his misconduct for the sake of professional gain or social standing. These comments sparked significant public debate. Critics of Winfrey echoed Seal's sentiments, arguing that her past associations with powerful figures like Weinstein undermined her credibility as an advocate for change. Supporters, however, defended Winfrey, noting that her activism and philanthropy have consistently supported victims of abuse and promoted gender equality. Seal's accusations highlighted the complexities and challenges of navigating personal relationships and public advocacy in the entertainment industry. They also underscored the broader issue of accountability and the expectations placed on influential figures to practice what they preach, especially when it comes to aligning their personal associations with their public stances. These accusations affected how many people perceived Oprah, but she still maintains an amazing followership regardless. On a lighter note, there seems to be a bit of a rift between Oprah and Joan Rivers, after Joan had ambushed Oprah with criticism about her being a little bit on the large side, despite championing some courses on fitness for women. This kind of points to her not living up to what she preaches, which seems to be a recurring reason for most people that have a thing or two against Oprah. The tension between Oprah Winfrey and Joan Rivers dates back to a confrontational interview in the late 1980s, when Rivers ambushed Winfrey with questions about her weight. At the time, Winfrey was a rising star in the television industry, and her struggles with weight were well known but not often publicly discussed in such direct terms. During an interview on The Joan Rivers Show, Rivers asked Winfrey pointed questions about her weight, putting her on the spot in a manner that many perceived as aggressive and insensitive. Winfrey was visibly uncomfortable and tried to navigate the conversation with grace, but the incident left a lasting impression on her. The interview highlighted the often harsh scrutiny that public figures, particularly women, face regarding their appearance and personal lives. Rivers, known for her brash humor and no-holds-barred interviewing style, later defended her approach, stating that she asked the questions viewers wanted answers to. However, Winfrey felt that the line of questioning was invasive and disrespectful, creating a rift between the two personalities. Years later, Rivers described Winfrey as opportunistic, suggesting that Winfrey capitalized on her personal struggles, including her weight issues, to build her brand and gain public sympathy. Rivers argued that Winfrey's openness about her challenges was not just about authenticity, but also about strategic self-promotion. She believed that Winfrey's ability to turn her vulnerabilities into a compelling narrative was a calculated move to connect with her audience on a deeper level and solidify her influence in the media industry. Despite Rivers' criticisms, Winfrey's transparency about her weight and other personal issues resonated with many people, contributing to her relatability and the strong emotional bond she formed with her audience. Winfrey's willingness to discuss her vulnerabilities openly helped to destigmatize issues related to body image and mental health, offering a sense of solidarity and support to those facing similar challenges. Rivers' accusations of opportunism, however, shed light on a broader conversation about the authenticity of public figures and the fine line between genuine vulnerability and strategic self-disclosure. While some viewed Winfrey's openness as empowering and sincere, others, like Rivers, saw it as a savvy way to build her brand. The conflict between Winfrey and Rivers underscores the differing perspectives on how public figures navigate their personal narratives in the media. It also highlights the complexities of fame, where personal struggles can become both a source of connection with audiences and a potential point of critique from peers. In the face of all these, Oprah has also been described as not being a great friend by Chris Brown, which also took the line of the rift that she has with 50 Cent and Ludacris. Chris Brown's criticism of Oprah Winfrey centers on her handling of the domestic abuse incident involving Chris Brown and Rihanna in 2009. Following the highly publicized altercation, Winfrey openly expressed support for Rihanna, aligning herself with victims of domestic violence and condemning such acts unequivocally. This stance did not sit well with Chris Brown, who felt that Winfrey, in a move opposed to their friendship, had made a judgment without hearing both sides of the story, particularly Chris Brown's perspective. Chris Brown's frustration with Winfrey was rooted in his perception that she had been quick to side with Rihanna without considering Chris Brown's account or the broader context of the incident. He argued that by doing so, Winfrey might have overlooked the complexities of the situation and the possibility of mutual responsibility. This, in Chris Brown's view, suggested a lack of fairness, and an unwillingness to fully understand all the facets of a sensitive issue before taking a public stance. In Winfrey's defense, her reaction to the Chris Brown-Rihanna incident was consistent with her long-standing position on domestic violence. Winfrey has been a vocal advocate for the rights of abuse survivors, using her platform to raise awareness about domestic violence and to support victims. Her zero-tolerance policy on such issues is deeply rooted in her own experiences and the stories of many guests on her show who have shared their trauma. Winfrey's advocacy has played a significant role in bringing attention to the pervasive issue of domestic abuse and in encouraging victims to speak out and seek help. Winfrey's support for Rihanna can be seen as an extension of her commitment to these principles. By standing with Rihanna, Winfrey aimed to send a clear message that violence against women is unacceptable and that victims deserve support and validation. In the broader societal context, domestic violence is widely condemned, and public figures like Winfrey, who take a strong stance against it, help to reinforce this important message. However, the criticism from Chris Brown highlights the challenges that public figures face when addressing complex and controversial issues. While Winfrey's position aligns with a principled stance against domestic violence, it also underscores the potential for perceived bias when not all perspectives are equally considered. Balancing advocacy with fairness is a delicate task, especially in situations involving personal relationships and allegations of misconduct. Ultimately, while Chris Brown's criticism points to a need for holistic understanding and fairness, Winfrey's unwavering commitment to supporting victims of abuse reflects her broader mission to use her influence for positive social change. In other news, there were also instances where fans might have blown some trivial matters out of proportion, and a good instance is the perceived rift that existed between Oprah and Roseanne Barr. The tension between Oprah Winfrey and Roseanne Barr, both influential figures in television, stemmed from a seemingly trivial incident that involved an arm wrestling contest. The story goes that during a gathering in the early 1990s, the two were involved in a playful arm wrestling match. The friendly competition turned sour when Barr claimed that Winfrey had unfairly won the contest by using her left hand against Barr's right, creating an uneven match. Barr, known for her outspoken and often provocative nature, felt slighted by the incident and believed Winfrey had not played fairly. This minor event, which could easily have been laughed off, escalated into a significant point of contention between the two, highlighting the competitive nature that sometimes underlies relationships in the entertainment industry. The tension over the arm wrestling incident was compounded by the strong personalities and public personas of both women. Barr's brash and often confrontational style clashed with Winfrey's more measured and empathetic approach, making the disagreement more pronounced. The media picked up on the story, further sensationalizing the rift and fueling speculation about a deeper feud. Despite the initial friction, both Winfrey and Barr eventually decided to address the issue directly. In an effort to clear the air, they had a candid conversation where they acknowledged the absurdity of the situation and the importance of not letting a minor incident damage their relationship. Winfrey, with her characteristic openness and willingness to engage in difficult conversations, expressed her regret that the arm wrestling match had caused any ill feelings. Barr, in turn, appreciated the gesture and acknowledged that the incident had been blown out of proportion. Their ability to communicate and resolve the issue speaks to the professionalism and mutual respect they ultimately held for one another. By addressing the misunderstanding head-on, they were able to move past it and maintain their individual careers without lingering animosity. This resolution also highlights a broader lesson about conflict resolution, particularly in high-pressure public environments. It underscores the importance of direct communication and the willingness to address grievances openly rather than allowing them to fester. Both Winfrey and Barr demonstrated that even strong personalities can find common ground and reconcile differences when they prioritize understanding and mutual respect. Ultimately, the arm wrestling incident serves as a reminder of how minor misunderstandings can escalate if not addressed, and the value of resolving conflicts through honest dialogue and empathy. Regardless of what some might think about Oprah, she has done really well for herself and is invested in some good courses. With a net worth estimated at around $2.8 billion, she has leveraged her wealth and influence to champion numerous philanthropic causes. One of her most notable efforts is the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, founded in 2007. This institution provides high-quality education to underprivileged girls, aiming to develop the next generation of female leaders. Winfrey's investment in the school, both financially and personally, underscores her commitment to education and empowerment. Beyond this, she has donated millions to various charities, disaster relief efforts, and scholarships, consistently using her resources to effect positive change globally. Winfrey's philanthropy reflects her belief in the transformative power of education and her dedication to giving back to communities in need. If there are other reservations about Oprah that we have omitted, do well to share in the comments, and this will be it for this episode.